Hello everyone, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Abe.
Amanda.
I'm Jay. I'm Josh too. Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Iron Man from 2008.
On May 2nd,
Test 3, 2, 1. I didn't expect that.
suit up
That was hot. Good luck keeping up.
and blast off for the biggest ride of the summer.
My turn. Iron Man, that's kind of catchy.
Iron Man. Rated PG-13.
Iron Man stars Robert Downey Jr., Terrence Howard, Jeff Bridges, Gwyneth Paltrow, and is directed by Jon Favreau. The plot of Iron Man is that Tony Stark, a billionaire industrialist and genius inventor, is kidnapped and is forced to build a devastating weapon. Instead, using his intelligence and ingenuity, Tony builds a high-tech suit of armor and escapes captivity. When he uncovers a nefarious plot with global implications, he dons his powerful armor and vows to protect the world as Iron Man. What are my positives with Iron Man? Now, when I was looking into this film, because I've seen this movie before, I saw it when it first came out in theaters back in 2008, and I was looking to see if this film still holds up. And I gotta say, for the most part, it really does hold up still. One of the things I love about this film is the story and characters for the most part. I especially loved Tony Stark as Iron Man in this. Now, here's the thing. I'm not huge into reading comics. I do like comic book movies, but I haven't really read comics and that. I've read some here and there, but most of the time when I did, it was mainly Spider-Man comics. And even then, I've only read a few. But I don't know that much about Iron Man in general, other from these films. So I'm not sure if this is a accurate representation of Iron Man from the comics or not. So, but I did like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, in this. I think the weird thing is, he is an asshole, but he is a likable asshole. There's just this charm to him. And knowing that, I do so love the character's passion for what he does. There's this drive for what, Tony Stark does. And he even builds a lot of stuff himself in that. It's not just, he has a lot of money. He could hire people to, do all this stuff and that. But no, he builds a lot of this stuff himself, actually. And, when he encounters a problem, he tries to work around it and, try to figure out the problem. And try to make sure everything he does is perfect. And I really did like that about the character. He wasn't just some stock rich asshat character, which he was an asshat. But again, a likable asshat. And just in general, the characters are all really good in that. I like some of their back and forths between, Tony Stark and all these other characters, I think his name's Rudy, Pepper Potts, Happy Hogan, who, by the way, is portrayed by Jon Favreau, the film's director. Also, the action sequences are really good, actually. The effects, the music, I really dug the music in this. The pacing's really good, too. This film clocks in at 2 hours and 6 minutes and did not feel like that at all. I think it at most felt like an hour or something when watching it. For the most part, I really dug a lot of this movie. Except for one thing, which we'll get to that right now with my negatives. What are my negatives with Iron Man? Honestly, for me, if there's one negative I have with this film, it's honestly going to be the villain, actually. Which I believe Jeff Bridges portrayed the main villain in his the Ironmonger. And he's just not that interesting of a character in this at all. And not only that, he's a villain he's a bad guy, which we've seen in movies before. Just some greedy asshole in a suit and that, Except this time the suit is all mechanical and that. It's just all stuff we've seen before, and they do nothing interesting with him at all. I mean, all the stuff is stuff we've heard before with, villainous roles. And especially with these type of villains. And hell, I gotta say, I found it more interesting when he wasn't the bad guy. That's kind of a problem. When he isn't being the villain in that, he is more interesting. But when he, shows his true colors and everything, sucks any bit of interesting characterization out of him, honestly. Especially with the material he's given. And honestly, before I go do my rating, because that's really it for my negatives, I would like to talk about that after credit scene. Now, here's the thing. This was kind of shocking at the time. Because in the after credit scene, you got Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury come in to talk to Tony Stark. And it's like, I'd like to discuss with you about the Avengers Initiative. At first it might have been yeah, that would be cool, but I don't think you're really going to give us what you're promising here. And then, as the films went on, it's like, holy shit, you're actually doing this. And then we got to the Avengers and, and how it is now, so yeah, at the time, I guess you could say the after credit scene was a game changer. In fact, this film in general was a game changer. Especially for comic book movies at the time. So with that said, I'm going to give Iron Man 4.5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, this film holds up so well for me to this day. This film is already 11 years old and it still holds up. Again, aside from, the only issue I had was the villain and just what they did with the character in that. But other than that, this is a damn fun movie. It's a damn good movie. So if any of you guys haven't seen it, especially any of you comic book fans out there, which if you haven't seen it, what the fuck have you been doing here? I'd highly recommend it. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and I am Iron Man.